In Nigeria today, if you are caught with a fake 1,000 naira note or bill, you become a criminal. But if you are caught with a fake university degree and you are running for governor, guess what? In 2026, the law is trying to make you a civil case. While our homes aren't safe and our grid is in total darkness, our leaders are working overtime, and it's not to protect us, rather it is to protect their lives. The same leaders who have done very little as regards terrorism and insecurity, the same leaders who have done little as regards fighting of hunger and poverty, these same leaders are working overtime in order to amend the Electoral Act to now make forging of certificates or forging of documents for those who are contesting for elections. They want to make it a civil case. That means you can no longer remove them from office if they are caught. That is giving themselves a soft landing. These are the same politicians who were elected to represent us, to make lives better for us. But what are they doing? They are preparing the grounds for them to perpetuate and become better in terms of forgery. What examples are we passing to our children and our children's children? What precedents are we setting? Welcome to RagingHotMic. I'm your host for today. If you are enjoying my podcast, smash the like button, subscribe, follow, and drop your comments. Today we are dissecting the Electoral Act Amendment 2026. We are witnessing a masterclass in misplaced priorities. Yes, misplaced priorities. Because at present or at the moment, this is not what they should be thinking about. At this moment where we have so much insecurity in this country, that should be the priority of this government or of these politicians or our facilitators. That is not their priority. Their priority is how to protect those who have forged certificates or who have forged documents for elective positions. So we are seeing a will to legitimize forgery, a call to shield dishonesty and an appetite for opacity by removing real-life electronic transmission of results. Yet when it comes to hunger in our land, when it comes to darkness in our cities and the blood in our streets, that will suddenly disappears. They start telling you there are some processes. They start delaying. They start telling you have to wait for some things to align. But when it comes to amending the section that punishes those who forge certificates, the will appears and they give themselves soft landing. The $1,000,000 question is, why is it easier to amend the law for fake certificate forgery than it is to make a compulsory electronic transmission of results in real time? Why? Why do we give reasons and give excuses and say it's because so many cities or so many areas are not covered by the network, even when the network providers have said they are going to cover it? Why are we giving excuses when it comes to real-time transmission of results, but when it comes to forgery, the will appears? We are working overtime. 24 hours is no longer enough. We have to look for more hours in order to do that. The context is the new electoral amendment attempts to remove certificate forgery as a grounds for election petitions, moving into the civil court. You know the disadvantage of that? The civil courts can drag forever. These civil cases can drag for a lifetime. Yes, it can drag till the end of time. Unlike the criminal courts, where you see the judges make a decision, a quick decision, like happened in Bayelsa, although it was highly controversial, where the whole entire APC ticket was kicked out simply because the deputy governor forged his certificate or had a forged document. Hence, even the governor had to pay, which is highly controversial, because the law or the judges claimed that the two of them, the two tickets or the two individuals were one ticket. So anything that affects one affects the other. So in such cases now, it will never happen again. That means you take the person to a civil court where even at the end, even when he's found guilty, he'll be told to pay a small fine, a slap on the wrist, and he can go. These same senators have given us several reasons why they can't make so many laws. They keep making excuses. But when it comes, look at the fastness or the swiftness to amend this law, because so many of them are lying. They have lied and they are preparing to lie more. That means somebody can even claim that he attended Oxford University. Meanwhile, the person has never left Nigeria. And even when he's caught, you take him to a civil court where maybe it will drag till he's dead. You have to, maybe after he's dead, his children can no longer take up the case. This is what they're trying to do. And we will not remain silent. We have to speak up, and we will speak up. What are the talking points? The liar's charter. What do I mean by the liar's charter? If we remove the penalty for forgery, we are telling our children that merit doesn't matter. Yes, they can lie all they want. Merit is no longer important. Rather, what matters is hiring a good lawyer and a good forger. A perfect forger and a perfect lawyer. That is what we are telling our kids they should focus on. They should ignore merit. They should ignore working hard. After all, it's going to be a civil case. So that means even those employing, because if you can allow the politicians do it from the top below, the fish rots from the head. It trickles down. It becomes common. It becomes a norm in the society. If you are looking for a job, first of all, why do you even have to lie? The law says you have to have a WAEC in order to contest election, for example. So why do you have to lie that you attended the law doesn't say you need to attend the university. So why are you lying? There's no need to lie, but because you want to appear better than you are, you want to deceive people, you forge. So when the people or the kids in school are idealizing politicians, that means they are going to idealize their ability to forge documents. Also, it trickles down into the society. You can see somebody attending a university without having a WAEC, because it's now a sort of, let's see who is better, race to the bottom. That's what we are going to have. So when there is an institution legitimizes forgery, not just a country, an institution and a country, man, we're going to hit rock bottom. That's what I'm telling you. We are going to hit rock bottom. That's where we are going to hit, because it's a race to the bottom. Everybody will start forging. Now, number 2, the president's shadow. This has the president's shadow all over it. This is happening at the same time the very President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's own records from Chicago State University remains a point of intense public debate and legal maneuvering. Till today, it hasn't been concluded. The school said, he said, there's so much at stake. We are not yet 100% sure. It's inconclusive. That's what we can say. It's totally inconclusive. And that was one of the reasons the opposition took him to court. So is this a case of the voice of Esau but the hand of Jacob? Is that the case? Is this the case of the voice of Jacob but the hand of Esau? He has the voice of Jacob but the hand is Esau. Because this has the president's shadow written all over it, his imprint. At the same time that we have the first time we have a president whose education record is of intense public debate, who till date we are not yet concluded on which colleges or higher institution that he attended. All of a sudden, is one of the cases that were brought against him at the Supreme Court. All of a sudden, he becomes a president, and all of a sudden, the Senate, who are very, very loyal to him, who even sing his political songs on your mandate when he visits, the whole chamber stand up. There's no longer co-equal branch of government. The executive is now bigger, way bigger than the legislator. That the legislator will stand up to sing a political song. That means at the National Assembly, it's now all about politics. It's not about the people. At the same time, this same National Assembly are trying to amend the Electoral Act to favor those who are going to forge. This is a bad precedent. This is an extremely bad precedent. president. Extremely. Misplaced courage. We need courage for insecurity. We need the will and courage to fight hunger. Over 64% of Nigerians at the end of 2026 are going to be classified as extremely poor or multidimensionally poor. We need courage to fight this. We don't need courage to give soft landing to those who are going to forge certificates or documents. We don't need courage to legitimize forgery. We don't need that sort of courage. It's negative courage. In the long run, it's going to destroy the fabrics of this country if we even have any fabrics remaining. It's going to destroy our integrity. Because once people get used to forging certificates or forging documents, they get, even when they are outside the country, even when they are applying for anything, even in contracts, even in business, it becomes a norm. You cannot take a politician to the civil court for forgery. Now try another individual in a criminal court that forged. It's the same crime. So why is it different from politicians? So we are setting a very bad precedent that we cannot sustain. It's not sustainable. This is a race to the bottom. So we have some individuals that have been implicated or have paid the price for forging certificates or forging documents. We have Salisu Buhari, 1999, the former Speaker of the House of Representatives in 1999, who forged his age and forged that he went to Toronto University, his university degree. He later resigned and paid the ultimate price. We have Degi Femiyo of Bayelsa State, the deputy governor, in 2020. Like I said earlier, APC lost that whole ticket. We have Kemi Adeosun in 2018, who forged her NYSC discharge certificate, and she had to resign in disgrace. I don't know why we have to revisit this particular issue and now give them a soft landing. We also have some contentious people that today is still a bone of contention. We don't know what they are really talking about. We have some individuals why it hasn't been clarified if they forged or not, but they haven't been found guilty at the law court. So we have to contend with that particular issue, but we are now going to make it legal for them to forge. The roadmap is clear. Detour is off. The ramp is clear. Just go and forge. We have to do better, please. We have to do better. Let's hold our politicians accountable. Smash the like button, drop your comments, follow, and then subscribe. Thanks. Have a good day. Bye.